Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time that you're actually watching this podcast. This is the August Podcast for PPM. So welcome our PPM CPR instructor family, almost all 500 of you out there in TV land. A couple little things to bring you up to speed, and then we're going to go over a couple sale items so you get some options for that. The e-card platform, of course, you know Atlas is still a problem. We had a meeting yesterday with the American Heart Association. This is an India program, so it's a national program that was being used in Europe and was presented to American Heart that it was working absolutely fantastic in Europe, and all they had to do was sign on board. They could customize it. So they were kind of sold a little bit of a bill of goods in the fact that it is not as easy to customize as they kind of were led to believe. So I'm looking at really probably a year before we get this thing completely worked out. They are trying. It seems like every time they fix one little problem, it creates another problem with something else. So don't feel bad. All the instructors, not only here, but all of Europe is going through all the same problems we're all going through. So it's not just PPM's instructors, it's not just Maryland instructors. We're talking globally that Atlas is doing a number on everybody trying to teach. Okay? So, don't feel bad. Hearts feels bad about this as it is. Our rep is doing the best she can, and she really is helping quite a bit, explaining things and new things and stuff like that, and how to fix certain items that have come up. So she really has done wonders as far as some of the things we've been able to fix, but certainly not everything. So it's still work in progress. So bear with us on that. Now, when you're in your Atlas, and you remember, as soon as you open up your Atlas, you want to click on Dashboard because that kind of brings you into where you can see things. On the right-hand side, there's a thing called Quick Links, and that brings you down to your e-cards and stuff like that. That has not really changed. So when you're into the e-card area, that is the same as it was before. So you should kind of recognize that, should not have any problems with that. Essentially, the two exceptions of this now in reference to training center and training site. Remember that when you're clicking on your cards and you're going down, you're going to send BLS cards, and it says it'll be training center for almost all of you because you're all under PPM, you're under our training center. So that's what you'll click. There are a couple people that are actually under us as a training site. So that's kind of strange. You should not see that. If you do, remember to use your training center. Those of you that are under training site, you know to use that, okay? So when you see that, for the most of you, you'll be under training center, not under training site. And some of you will be a training center and a training site. So keep that in mind, but for most part, nothing has changed. You should see everything kind of clicking up exactly the same. If you do, we talked about this the last podcast. Remember that if you do have something pop up, shuts you down, it doesn't work right, make a note what happened and call Kathy first. Because if you call the Heart Association, again, you're going to be online for about 2 hours, and they'll make out a ticket, and then who knows when it does get fixed. Okay, so call Kathy. A lot of times we've already run into these problems, and we've discovered some workarounds to be able to make whatever you're trying to do work so you can get your cards out. So call Kathy first. And remember, if you leave a message, if she doesn't answer, she's on another line or she's out at that point in time. So she does come in and out on a regular basis, so please leave a message. She is good about calling you back. So please don't say, well, I called but nobody answered. Okay, there might be a reason for that. Leave a message. Okay. Now, the next thing is a real biggie. This is kind of a problem with the Atlas system or the Atlas computer system. We've been able to work around this for years in the past. Remember, you're notified several months ahead of time that your instructorship is getting ready to expire. Remember, you got to have your monitor done. So all that's got to be cleared up so that we can renew your instructor card. Well, the way it works with this new system, if you lapse, okay, and some of you say the end of August, you got to be done. Well, September, October, you realize, I'm expired. Well, in the past, it's okay, let's work with you, let's get you back up to speed. Well, we can't do that now. The second you are expired, you are gone, and everything has to be redone. The instructor program has to be redone. Your instructor essentials has to be redone. Everything that you had to do a long time ago to get operational has to be redone. We can't say, well, you've been instructor for 30 years. Let's make sure all the checks or boxes are done here and you're good to go. Yeah, no. You literally have to go through all these things again, and that means paying for all those things again. Okay, so let this be your warning. Do not let that happen. You can renew your instructorship ahead of time, 2 months ahead of time. You can say, I want to renew my instructorship, and take care of it then. Do not let your instructorship expire. It's going to be a major headache for you, and certainly a major headache for us, trying to get you back up and operational again. It's not going to be easy with this new system. I apologize for that, but there's not much we can do about it. That's all part of the way this computer system works now. There is no workaround for that. Okay, so that's one of the things that were brought to our attention in reference to this new system and how that's going to work. And so I wish that was better news on that one, but it's not. Okay, that's kind of the information AHA-wise. Some of the other things we've run into is that if you're going to do any daycare training in Pennsylvania, remember that you've got to be cleared by Pennsylvania to teach in their state. So yeah, you got an American Heart Association instructor card. That's good in almost all 50 states. Pennsylvania's decided that even though you've got that card and you are a certified instructor, you now must jump through some hoops, primarily pay them money so that you can teach in Pennsylvania. Interesting, huh? So that's something we just ran into with one of our instructors. It took us literally almost an entire day of on the phone, calling, emailing, sending to get somebody cleared because they were going to shut down a major daycare. We're talking a center with 5 or 8 different sites, and they're going to shut it all down by the end of that day. So you can imagine how many kids are not going to be showing up the next day, and the people that are there, and what a mess that would have been. All because Pennsylvania's decided to set this rule up where they're just going to basically collect money for something that somebody's already a certified instructor. Don't get me started on that. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Okay, let's talk about some things that, remember that Heart has come out now with the pediatric version. It's been around for a while. There's no difference in this actual version than the other Heart Saver CPR first aid versions, except this is listed as a pediatric. So it goes a little bit more into the pediatric stuff, and Heart has been in contact with a lot of your child care reference centers and referral centers, and they're looking for this type of program now. So this is Heart Saver Pediatric. It's got the CPR and the first aid videos in here, the DVDs, and this is what you really should be using if you're doing a daycare. And also remember that you should be using the pediatric Heart Saver cards, and what you want to check off there is the total, because total means you can add the adult stuff to it so that the card will have the pediatric, it will also have the adult information, so it's good for everybody in the daycare. Okay, otherwise you just have pediatric. The people that own the daycare are not certified in CPR because it's only for kids. Okay, if you do the total program, it includes the adult, and now they're covered under that as well. So this is available. We got a few of these in stock now. They're $108.99, so roughly $109 for the DVD. Okay, good DVD. I do recommend it, again, especially if you're doing daycares. Okay, so I'll put that up there. You can kind of see it. If you want to zoom in on it, that's what it looks like. Okay, as you know, we moved into our smaller location, so we've got stuff that we are trying to get off the shelf from us. Some of these are things like the EMT trauma shears. Okay, these sell for $3 a piece. We're selling them for $1.50 now. But for these, you can't go online. You have to call your order in so we can change the price on these, because online they're still going to be $3. So call, say, hey, I want that special price of $1.50 on the EMT trauma shears. We got yellow, we got green, we got black, a lot of different colors there. So that's item number one. Item number two, safety glasses. We ordered a lot of these in when we were doing our Stop the Bleed kits. And so we've got some of these left over. Again, these safety glasses are $1.50. So $1.50 for these. Not bad price. These are like still in their bag, still pristine. And excellent safety glasses. We should have these on if you're doing any outside work, things like that. Okay. Last but not least, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming up in October, and we sell these 10 pack, 10 of these for $15. So that's a really good price and something excellent to give out to your folks, especially if you're teaching a class in October. Now's the time to get these in because they take a little while to get in, and we got these in for our October classes. Okay, so pretty good. That's pretty much everything that I see right now. We will probably do another shorter version, maybe before the end of the month, but certainly September's right around the corner, and we'll be doing another September podcast coming up as well. So, as always, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please remember to subscribe. That helps our channel. It lets YouTube know that people are really watching. So like and subscribe. Tell your neighbors to like and subscribe. Everybody can watch this. It doesn't have to be just our CPR instructors. And you can be a CPR instructor with another training center. We don't care. Feel free to watch. What else? Oh, secret word. The secret word for the August podcast is August Podcast. That's the secret word. A real tough one to remember there. Anyway, remember, for secret word, it's got to be in the comment section of the podcast. Okay, so don't email me because that doesn't do us any good. Things like subscribe and like and putting things in the comment section, that all goes to support the channel. They lets people know that people are watching our channel and are working with our channel, so to speak. So that's where it goes. Put August Podcast for our secret word. And that's pretty much everything for now. Again, I hope you liked our little podcast, and I will see you again soon. Take care out there.